Hey, what's up, Blaze here. Today I'm here because I know there's a lot of people that have been Googling how to make an iron farm, specifically on Minecraft PS4 Edition, because Minecraft PS4 Edition plays on different rules than the rest of the versions, because we're the only version that cannot play on Bedrock. Thanks, Sony. I appreciate it. Anyways, so today I'm just going to be demonstrating how to make an iron farm. Now, my recommendation is you make it in your spawn chunks, as the spawn chunks, as long as you're in the overworld, are always being loaded. Any chunks that are not spawn chunks are only loaded when there's something around it. So this way, say you're out on an adventure, if you build your iron farm at your spawn chunks, it will continue to produce iron even when you're not there. So first, you're going to need a 4x4 area. Now, you don't have to build this fancy like I am. You can make it out of cobblestone if you want. You can make it out of literally anything you want. I'm just making this look kind of fancy because this is the design I'm going to be going for on my survival world. So you want to build it up. Like, there's no set height on how high you want to build it. You just want to have it, like, a logical distance from the ground, but not too high, as it'll be extremely ugly. Let me build up the supports here. Oh. And then you want to place the glass in the side. And again, you don't have to put glass here. I mean, this can be anything you want. The whole thing can be cobblestone with no corners. As long as it's the same outline that I demonstrate, it'll still work. I did build one of these in my old survival world, and it worked phenomenally. And these you can stack, if you don't know what stacking iron farms is. It's building one iron farm on top of the other. They can't be too close to each other or it'll mess up the spawn rates. But I believe the number is 64 blocks above the other one, and it will count as another village. So it will generate an entirely new set of iron golems, which will definitely be faster. So next, what you're going to want to do is the mechanism that kills and harvests the iron from the iron golems. Now, this is a technique that a lot of people use. I should actually probably get rid of these. A lot of people use this technique, but not a lot of people know about it. So first, you're going to want minecart rails and minecarts. Oh, actually, I don't want to do that. First, grab grass. So this is kind of tricky. You're going to want to place, not a minecart hopper. And you're going to want to place a hopper underneath. And then say we want our chest, let's say we want it over here. So you can just put it in the ground there. Actually, unless you want to do an item elevator, it'll have to be 2 blocks in the ground. I'm not going to demonstrate the item elevator in this this video. Alright, touch that back up. And then I'll fix that up later and make that look better. So you're going to want hoppers running into that chest. Then, you know, crouch to place stuff on hoppers. This is not easy on console. There we go. Now, throw items in both of the back ones to make sure all the items go through correctly, and they do. Okay, now what you're going to want to do is place some blocks here so the minecart rail doesn't slide off. You'll understand what I mean in a second. So you're going to want a minecart hopper there, and then you're going to want to break the minecart track just like that without breaking the minecart. And then you're going to want a piston. It does not have to be a sticky piston. And something to power it. So let's just say redstone torch. And then, obviously, I need a block. So you want to place the piston. Wait. Oh, alright. You want to place the piston right there. Piston facing downward. Nope. Piston facing downwards. And you're going to want a magma block. Where are the magma blocks? Right there. You're going to want a magma block. And you'll see how this works in a second. And you can do this with any block, technically. You can push any block into a minecart hopper. So, and now all we got to do is power the piston. And as you can see, the magma block was pushed into the spot where the hopper minecart was. Now watch this. So that's a really handy technique that a lot of people use for farms, but at the same time, not a lot of people know about. Now, getting to doing the other 3, it gets progressively more difficult as the minecart will continue to slide off of the rail. It is doable, it's just a little bit more difficult. Now, this is a tricky one. This gave me trouble in my old world. Oh, hopper. Yep. That gave me a ton of trouble in my old world. So what you're going to want to do here is, since every time you try to place a minecart there, it'll simply be pushed off there, you want to place a block in the direction, you want to have a block in each direction the track is facing, and then to break the rail, when you have the minecart placed on it, you're going to want to be on the side that it does not face into. So if we place it there, you can see it does not roll off because it would have to roll in either of those directions, which are blocked up by blocks. So you have to go to the side rather than in front or behind the rail. Break the rail. Place the blocks back. Aw, it slid. Yeah, so you have to give this a couple shots. You have to be pretty quick because you have to do it before it slides. So let's get our block ready to place. Ah, so close. Try it again. Oh, need a rail. Alright, we got it that time. Now comes the fun part. Well, it depends on your definition of fun. If this is survival, this is the part that's hard to get materials for. I'd recommend not building with logs in survival because logs, as I'm sure you probably know, are really hard to get. To get this like amount of logs. This is what I'm going to be doing in my survival world, and it's going to take a long time. So now you're going to want to take, I'm going to go with dark oak planks. You're going to want to build out 8 blocks from the hole. So that's 1 block right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to want to do that on all 4 sides. Alright, now you're going to want to fill in all the sides. And like I said, I know I keep saying this, but you could make this, what I would honestly recommend, what I did in my world, my first world, is I made this all out of white concrete, and it looked really nice. It's just, that doesn't fit the theme of our new world, because our new world is more of a rustic, you know, we live in a redwood biome. It's more of a rustic, wood type look. So I'm going with something like this, because the concrete looks too modern, too modern, and it doesn't really fit the theme. So wherever you build this, I mean, you can make it out of cobblestone or dirt or whatever, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, because I'd recommend making it out of something that fits your theme. Like, for instance, for our theme, if I didn't want to use logs, I could substitute the corners there with, like, leaf blocks, you know? Something easier. There's always a way to make what you're building incorporate into your theme of your world. Every world, I feel, should have a theme, at least for your main area. Like, if anyone watches Mumbo Jumbo, his Hermitcraft series, every season on Hermitcraft, he has a theme for a space. This year's theme, he did a modern, you know, with white concrete, a modern / futuristic look, or more of a futuristic look now that I think about it. Or the season before that, it was more of a, like, ocean vibe, because he had his whole base, like, built in a giant hole in the ocean. Okay, that's enough yammering for now. Now what you're going to want to do is grab glass. Where's glass? There's glass. Oh, wrong glass. And, oh, well, I got to put, I mean, you don't, like, another thing, you don't have to have these edges here. I'm just putting them on because they look nice. Alright. Now that the edges are done, what you're going to want to do is take your glass, and you can't, I mean, you can do corners here like that. I would recommend not doing it, though, because the reason we're using glass is because iron golems can't spawn on the edge, because if you have an iron golem spawn on the edge, this village would, or this iron farm would most likely be able to spawn maybe 2 golems at a time. So if 1 golem gets spawned on here, that means only 1 golem will continue to spawn in the center and get killed. And then next we want to take just any old block. This could be dirt because you're going to break it afterwards. And grab my water. There it is. Now you can break the whatever blocks you used. I'm going to use something other than glass because that was kind of hard to see. Alright. Now you're going to want to go along the edge here and place in water. I'd actually probably recommend placing the water on the edge before the corners. That's just probably easier to do in survival, because you could actually make yourself like an infinite water source or something, and that's never good. Because then you got to get sponges or fill it in with blocks, and it's just a big hassle. So now you can see anything that spawns here will fall right down the center and die in our killing mechanism. Whatever you want to call it. So, now you want to go up. I don't know why I grabbed that. Yeah, you can use any old block. You want to go up 1, 2, 3 from the center. Can iron golems fit under that? Yeah. Okay, so, and then you're going to want to take, this needs to be a slab. So, let's use dark oak slabs. There we go. Oh, that's off center. And you're using slabs, so yet again, so iron golems don't spawn in there. But also for the reason that iron golems are 2.5 blocks tall. So iron golems can fit under 2 blocks in a slab, while they cannot fit under 2 blocks. So where's the pumpkin? Grab a pumpkin and demonstrate this. Hello? Maybe it doesn't work in water. Oh well. Well, you get the idea. So you were gonna want to do that, and then I'll grab some white stained glass. And you're gonna want to build up a cage around them. I know, very inhumane, seeing as they're actual humans. But hey, Minecraft's not very humane. You're killing off the final of an interdimensional dragon, the final of its species, for its experience, for absolutely no other reason. You murder innocent animals all the time, just for your own pleasure, like one of my friends goes out hunting wolves for absolutely no reason, and I'm sure there's a lot of you that do that. So now we're going to want to get villagers. Now, villagers, you only technically need 2. You can't spawn in a bunch, but most demos don't tell you this. Like, it's common sense to a lot of people who play a lot, but I'm just going to demonstrate it for those who don't, or a little bit later on, as the breeding won't work just yet. I can't place anything correctly today. And the reason I'm using magma blocks instead of what people used to do is we used to use lava. The reason we use magma blocks now is because it also spawns cats. And if you can use lava if you don't want to harvest the string from the cats. But personally, I want to, because that's something I can sell, because we sell a lot of stuff in our world. So I'm going to be harvesting it. Alright, now that's set up. Okay, now that that's done, you're going to want to take whatever block you filled in the bottom there with, and do the exact same thing. You're going to want to go 2 blocks away from the hole. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right there. So that should stick off by 2 blocks from the wall. And then fill the whole thing in. Now this design, it's not 100% original. It's when they updated to Village and Pillage, this is the idea that kind of went through my head and went through a lot of people's heads. I've seen a lot of people build this design. I've seen a lot of YouTubers give tutorials on this design. So this is in no way at all 100% original. Right here, you're going to want to put up the same wall that you put up down here. So the final step you're going to want to do here is you want to go to the center, right here, make sure that's in the center, go 2 blocks wide, and then 2 more on each side, and then come out another 2, and then you're going to want to have beds on hand. Beds are definitely important for villages. That's the only way to get the game to register it as a village. I'm going to go with, let's just go with black. I would recommend simply just going with white on a normal world. And then you can see villagers just registered to the beds. And then break the blocks underneath so nothing spawns here. There we go. And repeat this on all 4 sides. Okay, as you can now see, all the beds are in place. So that should be, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, that's 6, 12, that's 24 beds in place. Everything is finished. Now, a second ago, hold on, I can show you the chest. So, a cat did spawn. I witnessed a cat did spawn, which means, aha, right there. It has registered as a village, which means that it will start spawning things, but since it's only 2 villagers, it's very slow. So this is how you can get the villagers. If you're on a survival world, this is the easiest thing to do, rather than just getting a bunch of villagers up here, which is really difficult to do. You can use potatoes or carrots. I'm going to use potatoes. And you only need to give them 15. I'm just going to give them a stack. Back away. Are they taking it? Yep. And any second now, they should start breeding. And I'm going to get another villager egg because I want to spawn in a bunch just to show you how it works. Because I'm not going to spend time just breeding a bunch of villagers. Okay, I forgot this takes a minute. So I'm just going to spawn in a bunch. But you can breed them just like that. You see right there, now they're breeding. So we're just going to spawn in a bunch. Oh, they don't have beds, I guess. Okay. Yeah, so make sure you don't have too many. Make sure they have beds. Also, nitwits, villagers with green robes that can't get professions, will not spawn iron golems. And this iron farm is now 100% finished. It will start spawning iron. But yeah, there you go. There it is. In full glory. Now, it's kind of helpful to put slabs under here if you don't want water dripping. And yeah, cats are falling. Iron golems will start spawning soon. This is max efficiency, and you can stack these on top of each other. So you can have an iron farm about right here, dropping iron golems down into there. Of course, you'd have to put water sources on top of here, and like fences here to keep the water from flowing down, so that iron golems that drop down in the center will flow off to the side. But yeah, there it is. If you guys have any questions, leave it down in the comments section. If you guys have any suggestions for any other farms, let me know, and I'll